Well, hi Kenneth. Thanks so much
Hey, Jordan.
for coming back to Bob Jones here today.
No problem.
I guess the first question I had for you is just what are the differences you found between the classes you took here at Bob Jones for high school and the classes you're taking now in college at Harvard?
The first difference I would say is, obviously the classes at Harvard are much more in-depth. But a main difference, aside from that, is that the coursework at Harvard, it's a lot more intense, but there are a lot more support structures for you. You're encouraged to collaborate with your peers. There's always a teaching assistant available, and of course you can always go to your professor's office hours. And so all of those combined made it very convenient for you to do well on your work as long as you put in the effort.
Fantastic. And sort of how did you feel, or do you feel that Bob Jones prepared you for that level of rigor?
Oh, definitely. Just the amount of AP classes at Bob Jones, it really easy transition in college because you can load up on AP classes for a semester, and it very closely mimics the coursework you'll find in college.
Awesome. And if there were a ninth grader coming here, to Bob Jones this year, sort of getting into the swing of things, what recommendations would you have for them through their freshman year and through high school as a whole to make themselves prepared?
I would say that they should do a lot of extracurriculars or take a lot of different classes just to find something that they're passionate about. And once they're passionate about something, then they can delve deeply into it and make it a big part of their life, and hopefully it'll show in their college applications.
Definitely, and I think that's something that I've particularly found through extracurriculars here, and that's really important for all students. So on that note of what you would recommend to a freshman here, what were the extracurriculars you were involved with at your time here at Bob Jones?
I was pretty heavily involved with soccer during my years here. I started freshman year, and through soccer, I met a lot of close friends who are also applying to selective colleges, and they were able to help me throughout the process. And I also was involved in a couple tutoring programs, and it really helped my own knowledge of the subject when tutoring other people. And so those combined really made my experience here really memorable and made me want to continue those passions in college.
For sure, and so those passions going forward, in your experience at Harvard, have you found new extracurricular activities you've been involved in? Have you stayed involved in soccer and tutoring, or what's been your experience there?
So at Harvard, I've been involved in a couple things. I've continued the tutoring. I'm now in a program that tutors computer science classes to low-income communities around Boston. I'm not involved in soccer specifically, but I did join the rugby program at Harvard, which is along the same lines. And yeah, it's a great program because you put in the hard work, and there are a lot of challenges that you have to overcome. But they're all very rewarding.
That is fantastic. We definitely don't have a rugby team here,
Right.
but I think that's really cool to be involved with at the collegiate level. And then so sort of, aside from looking back at the past and the current, what are your future plans? And sort of 10 years from now, what do you anticipate being involved in career-wise and through that trajectory?
10 years from now, I hope to be back in school, back in grad school. I really would like to be in an MBA program and continuing my education there.
Neat. And is there sort of any other advice you would have for current students, or any other pieces of your experience at college now that you'd like to share? Yeah,
I would say that, especially for the freshmen coming in, that academics aren't everything. Being on a team or in a club is pretty important because you learn how to socialize with different people from you. You learn how to develop a relationship with a teacher or some mentor, and that really carries over to college because you're going to be working in groups and in teams on projects. You're also going to have to become close with your professors, And so, yeah, I would really encourage a student to start doing that as a high schooler.
Fantastic. I think that's very good advice, and hopefully the folks here, I think students are always pretty good about getting engaged and getting involved. All right, well, thank you so much for coming in today. It's really fantastic to hear from former students and the places Bob Jones Patriots will end up going, so thank you.
No problem.